Hello everyone, this is Martin. Welcome back to another video weekly forecast on what I'm looking for. I'm going to be looking at all the currency pairs, looking for trading opportunities. Sometimes these opportunities come really quickly. Sometimes you have to wait a number of days. But we're going to take a look at all the currency pairs in just a minute. The theme for this week is all eyes on the French election results. This is a world event, so having the elections that should take place this weekend, that certainly is going to affect the U.S. currency. And world events always do this in a really, really big way. So if the populist candidates are successful in this French election, then that means money will flow into the euro, and that means the euro could actually gain by quite a bit, 100 pips or more, maybe even 150 pips. If the populists are not voted into power this weekend, and the markets deem that the elections are not favorable, then that's going to flow money back into the US dollar, and we can see the euro plummet by quite a bit. This also affects other safe haven currencies such as the Swiss franc. So again, depending on what happens this weekend, and I certainly would caution everyone to wait. Don't trade until the elections are fully resolved and we know exactly what is happening. We should see some really big movements, so caution on that, and let's have some fun. Now, before we start looking at the charts, I have to switch to the disclaimer. I have to caution everyone that this video presentation is for educational purposes only. So whenever I produce a video and I'm looking at the market forecast, and I may even, I may even mention certain levels for you to enter trades or things that I'm looking for. This is basically what I'm doing personally. If you want to follow along, you do this at your own risk. Basically, I'm trying to help or teach you to make independent investment decisions. Hopefully, you can learn from these videos, and hopefully, you can also trade successfully, or at least use caution. And always remember, use proper money management whenever you enter a trade. That means using stop losses or limiting your losses when they become bigger. Okay, so let's get started. Before I start, I want to give a big shout out to all the new subscribers. I'm getting new subscribers from around the world on a weekly basis, and as well a big hello to new traders and new students here in the Metro Toronto area, which is where I reside. So we're going to start, as always, with the Euro USD, and you can see price bounced off the low here. Take a look at this previous swing low. Price is now closed above the 8 EMA, and we can see price making higher highs. Here's the previous high here. So here's a higher high, here's a higher low, here's a previous low. So when price starts making higher lows and higher highs, okay, we are in an uptrending market. This is what we want to see. And for this pair here, price certainly is going to go higher. So um, I would myself be looking at a trading opportunity above 107.38. Okay, 107.38. This is what I'm looking at. And again, you have to decide if that's good for you. However, remember the French election. We want to make sure that that's all over with. And by the time that's over with, this pair probably will have moved quite a bit. So there may not even be another trade entry after that. But again, this is what I see just based on the charts as of the moment. Okay, the next pair. We are here at the British Pound USD. Let me switch to the daily. There we go. You can see last week we had a huge bullish candle. We've now traded sideways, kind of come down a bit. And the best entry for this would be, again, waiting for price to come down and pull back to the 8 EMA, and then look for a bounce to the upside. So after a pullback, we want to see price come back down. Okay, we want to see price come back down like here, and then wait for bullish evidence to the upside. And we certainly do want to take a buy trade above 127.50, okay, to the upside. Now, however, if price breaks below, again, based on the French election, price breaks below here, the 8. We've got the 200 SMA. You can see that right here. So we want to then look for a trade to the a sell trade to the downside. But this is a bullish pair. And I think it's going to go higher. So again, just wait for evidence on that. Take a look at the MACD. MACD is the momentum is trending higher. Okay, so the next one we're looking at is the Australian USD. Okay, and we're kind of stuck here at the support. You can see with this gray rectangle. You can see the 100 SMA. Price is still kind of between the 100 and the 8. Price is also below the 50. So we're in a mess. We are in a mess. I would not do anything with this, and price would have to come all the way up to this area for us to even consider taking a price higher, or a sell trade below this entire area of the support. So I wouldn't do anything right now. This is just a wait and see situation. Okay. Now the Australian currency obviously is tied into gold, and gold looks like it's trending higher. Again, we want to talk about what trending higher means. Okay, and let me just show you something here. You can see we have a low, a swing, another swing low here. Here's another swing low, and then all of a sudden we get a price as it's moving higher. We make a higher high, another higher high. So you can see when price is making higher highs over previous highs and higher lows over previous lows, this is an uptrending market, okay? And that's what we really enjoy seeing, because that makes trading easier. So with this pair, I see price actually going higher from here, and what we want to do is just take a buy trade above this area. Okay, so as gold increases in strength and moves higher, that could certainly help the Australian dollar as well. So just because the Australian dollar is tied into the price of gold. Okay, so now we get to the New Zealand USD. Here you can see right now we are in a sideways market where price is kind of stuck here between a wedge triangle. You can see prices come up, down, up. And again, when we see price like this, we just have to wait and see. We want to wait for further evidence. So certainly, if price comes up to this area right here above the 100, we can take a buy trade. The natural take profit would be the 200. The 200 SMA acts as a magnet, so price most often always touches the 200 SMA. However, price may just come up to this area of confluence, the trend line, the 50 or the 100, and then come right back down again. Like I said, price is kind of just stuck in a wedge. It's sideways pattern. I would not do anything. Wait for further evidence, okay? And now we get to the US CAD. Well, the US CAD this currency's tied into the price of oil. And by that I mean the Canadian currency is tied into oil. So as oil moves up or down, so does the Canadian currency. And let me just switch for a second. You can see oil has been trending down. This is oil. So this chart tells us that price either is going to be going sideways or coming back lower. to meet with this lower trend line. You can see the MACD. The MACD line is below zero, indicating further downward movement. We are in a seller's market, momentum bars to the downside. Okay, and let's get back to USCAD. You can see that with oil dropping in price, this certainly is good news for the US currency because the Canadian currency is weak. Okay, so oil weak, Canadian currency weak, which gives us strength for the US dollar. That's why it's going higher. Here would be a good opportunity. I would be looking to buy above the 135.40. 135.40, and here I've already set the next profit target level, which is in this area of the gray rectangle. Okay, so the next pair is the US Swiss franc. Let's take a look. Price here has come down a bit. We are sitting at the support zone, this gray rectangle, as well as the 200 SMA, this red dashed line. Okay, and you can see as of last week, with this vertical line, last week we just, price just went down quite a bit. It's gone sideways now. So what do I see? Well, right. This is going to be a hard pair to trade in the short term. Again, it all depends on the French elections, and if the results of the elections are favorable, then that's certainly going to create the movement in this pair. So the Swiss franc would benefit, in other words, gain strength in a risk-off environment. So risk-off means that the populists are being voted into power, okay? And in this case, then the U.S. This pair will should fall, okay? Should fall lower. Once it breaks the 200 here, it'll come down to this support area right here. Okay, so right now, what we want to do, just based on what I see in the charts, we want to sell below 0.9940. My bias is to the downside, but again, it all depends on the elections this weekend. Okay. And for price to go higher, I would not even look at doing anything on a buy situation until price, see this previous swing high right here, till price comes up to here, then you want to buy above this area, okay? But right now, I'm kind of, my bias is to the downside. And let's take a look at the last pair. We got the US Japanese daily. Okay, same thing here. You can see prices come down quite a bit. My bias is to the downside. However, prices come up off of the support here, which is held by the 200 SMA. So price could still go up a bit higher and then bounce off this gray rectangle, which is resistance. If price comes up here, it could come right back down and maybe just go sideways. But however, if it breaks the 200, once again breaks the swing low, price is going to come down a lot lower. And so my bias is to the downside. Again, all depends with the election results. But I would, if I'm looking to sell, I'm looking to sell below 108.60. I'm looking to sell below 108.60 to the downside. So we would just have to wait and see on this pair. Okay, so that's what I see for this week. Again, it could be a bit tricky depending on what happens with the French election results. It's a world event that's going to impact the US dollar one way or another, and we can all look forward to it. Like we don't have to be involved in politics and that, but we just want to see and trade what we see on the charts. Okay, so that's it for this week. I'll look forward to talking to you guys again soon. Take care, happy trading, and bye for now.